Right, hello everyone. Today we're going to be talking about some more organic reaction pathways. This time looking at carboxylic acids and alcohols. Alright, let's get into it. This is a reaction of an alcohol. In this case we have two carbons in the chain with the OH functional group. So we have ethanol plus a halogen and hydrogen plus HBr. This is an example of an alcohol plus a halogen producing an alkane and water. Right, so we go from an alcohol on this side, alcohol to a alkane, or a haloalkane, because you have that bromine attached as well. So we go from a alcohol to a haloalkane plus water, alcohol plus halogen, alcohol plus halogen produces a haloalkane plus water. Right, it's kind of the main reaction pathway that you need to be familiar with alcohols. Of course, oxidation of alcohols as well is important to recognize, which we went over in another video, but we're just focusing on this one today. So alcohol plus halogen produces haloalkane and water. Okay. So in your exam, if you're told that an alcohol reacts with a halogen, it's actually a substitution reaction too, because we have the halogen coming onto the alcohol and the hydrogen here producing water on this side. So it's a substitution, technically also a condensation reaction, because condensation reactions produce water. This is a condensation and a substitution reaction. Alright, so a question might say, alcohol and a halogen are reacted together, predict the products. Alright, then you just bring this halogen to this side, and then we get a haloalkane over here, and then water produced as well. Alright, so as alcohols, now we're going to have a look at some carboxylic acid reactions. Alright, so there's a couple carboxylic acid reactions that you should be familiar with. One of them is a carboxylic acid with an alcohol. Right, that's going to produce an ester in a process called esterification, and we've focused on that in another video. It's quite a long process, so I will leave that for the other video, because there's quite a lot of diagrams and things to go through. But the one we'll focus on today is carboxylic acids reactions with amines. Alright, let's have a look at that now. Alright, it's another reaction you should be familiar with carboxylic acids. So there's a lot going on here, but let's break each part of this equation down. This is an example of a carboxylic acid. So here we have a carboxylic acid. Alright, we can tell by the COOH group here, which is the acid functional group. So we have a carboxylic acid. In this case, it's ethanoic acid. We have a carboxylic acid on this side, and we also have this thing here. Now this is actually going to be a amine. Okay, so an amine. What makes it an amine? Well, that's this NH2 group here. Alright, so this is going to be methanamine, because we only have that one carbon, and the NH2 group here. So this is the amine functional group. Alright, it is NH2. Now what this is going to produce on the other side of the equation is an amide and water. Okay, so for this reaction here, we have carboxylic acid plus an amine produces an amide. Alright, so amide on this side, we have a carbon double bonded to the oxygen and also bonded to the NH group here. Alright, and that's going to give us an amide plus water over here. Alrighty, so that's probably the main kind of the other reaction pathway that you should be familiar with carboxylic acids. The main one being that esterification process that comes up a lot in exams. but just be familiar with this one as well, because it can come up also in some other questions, like multiple choice questions as well. That comes up quite a bit. So be familiar with both of them, both alcohol reaction and that carboxylic acid reaction. And that's pretty much all the other organic reaction pathways that you should be familiar with. All right, if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching.